London Philharmonic Orchestra, in Igor Stravinsky's ballet, Le Sacre du Printemps, The Rite of Spring. Very shortly, we'll be hearing a 20th century Romanian piece with similar associations. Miriam Marbe's Ritual for the Thirst of the Earth, directed by the noted Romanian choral conductor, Constantin Marin. First, here's some interesting background to the music and the recording from the maestro's daughter, Dr. Noemi Marin, a faculty member in FAU's School of Communication and Multimedia Studies.
Ritual for the Thirst of the Earth by Miriam Marbe tells the story of a spring ritual still resonating within the cultural memory of Romania. Rooted in folklore, inspired by pagan rites of spring performed by children in ancestral agrarian cultures of southeastern Europe, spoken words add to music a folk tale of magical beauty. So what is the folk story, and what are the children's rituals invoked here? Once upon a time, in spring and summer, in the far lands of Eastern Europe, children would work their land together with their families. When drought occurred, family life all of a sudden becomes disrupted. Children take upon themselves to help their families by preparing an offering to Mother Earth and to Father Sun. They would go to the nearest fountain, fill a bucket of water, and bring it into the fields. There, they would make a clay little doll adorned with flowers, put it on a bed of leaves, and transport it into an opening in order to start singing around it. They would be calling for Earth and Sun to listen to their prayer, a prayer for rain, much needed rain. Yet only children perform their beautiful ritual, as they know how to play with words and nursery rhymes, how to tell nature to take out its keys, open the gates in the sky, to let rain, Mother Rain, come down on earth and bless the fields with water. One can easily hear the voices of children in Marbe's music, playing and praying joyfully, making this invocation of rain a wonderful game of springtime. Now, several interesting things about the Ritual for the Thirst of the Earth by Miriam Marbe, performed by the Madrigal Choir. It was written in 1970 specifically for the choir at the maestro's request. To my knowledge, there are no other ensembles that have performed this piece. Miriam Marbe's Ritual had traveled the world with the choir, performed in the United States, in Japan, and throughout Europe. And every single time it was performed, several hours later, rain started pouring over the city, over the musical hall, and yes, over the choir members. One newspaper in Spain entitled its review, "A Weather Magic," and another musical reviewer advised the audiences to bring an umbrella if they come to the concert hall. As a matter of fact, it might rain today too. The other interesting detail about Marbe's Ritual for the Thirst of the Earth is the way the choir is distributed by Maestro Marin Constantin in the concert hall. Audiences throughout the world had been surprised to see that right before beginning Marbe's Ritual, the choir splits into three. 2/3 of the choir come down, creating a circle around the audience. The singers on stage perform the children's songs in Marbe's piece. As indicated in the score, the ritual is written for soloist group, choir, and percussion. Such a distribution of the choir has always contributed to its performative talent, making the Ritual for the Thirst of the Earth a signature piece for the Madrigal Choir. Here then is Ritual pentru Setea Pământului, Ritual for the Thirst of the Earth, by the Romanian composer Miriam Marbe, performed by the Madrigal Choir, conducted by Marin Constantin.
facem colaj, să dăm la sărac, să facem pe scurt, să dăm la nebun. Să facem colaj, să dăm la sărac, să facem pe scurt, să dăm la nebun. Să facem colaj, să dăm la sărac, să facem pe scurt, să dăm la nebun. Să facem colaj, să dăm la sărac, să facem pe scurt, să dăm la nebun.
Miriam Marbe's Ritual for the Thirst of the Earth, with the Madrigal Choir, directed by Constantin Marin. Prior to which, we heard some background to the music and the recording from the maestro's daughter, Dr. Noemi Marin, a faculty member in FAU's School of Communication and Multimedia Studies. Well, here's one more Romanian work performed by the Madrigal Choir, conducted by Constantin Marin, and it's not far removed from our spring theme this hour. Butterfly by Stefan Popescu. Butterfly by Stefan Popescu, performed by the Madrigal Choir.